Welcome back. I'm some guy you've never heard of, and this is Long Live the Queen. So, last time, Elodie returned home from school after finding out that her mother had died, and she had been studying. She spent a lot of her time studying faith and intrigue. As you can see, she's wearing her intrigue catsuit. So let's take a look at her mood. She is willful more than anything else at the moment. Well, lonely is tied, but in the case of a tie, left wins. So her current mood is willful. So let's have her either continue working on her intrigue, or she can work on her military. Maybe I'll have her do both. Although with her skills at intrigue and her willful mood, she will gain +2 to any intrigue studies. So she'll gain 20 in whatever intrigue skills she goes for. So in theory, I could get internal affairs or foreign intelligence or ciphering up to 80 something. That's pretty nice. But then she could also start working on military, which I think is what's going to happen. I think I'll have her do one of her military skills and one of her intrigues. Although she has enough in her faith skills that she'd still gain +1.25, even though she's not in the right mood for it. Actually, I think we're just going to have her work on intrigue. Could have her raise her internal affairs and foreign intelligence again. I think we're just going to focus on internal affairs this week. Week 9, morning. The Duke of Mari has paid suit to the Duchess of Ursel to no avail. The Duchess's brother is opposed, as he will inherit if she dies childless. Your agents suspect the Duchess of Ursel is actually more interested in the Duchess of Hellas. Neither has ever been linked to a man. Countess Leaki of Dis married the old Duke of Sudbury, who was more than twice her age, then divorced him as soon as she'd borne him an heir, in order to be free to marry another. It was considered shockingly rude by the general nobility, but the old duke apparently had no objection. Well, yeah, because he got the heir that he needed. So that makes sense. It's like she married him just so that she could give him a child. He got what he wanted, which was an heir, and now she's free to marry someone younger. I mean, I'm sure there was something that she got out of it. I'm sure he, gave her gifts or something. So, I mean, it seems pretty equitable to me. Alright, week 9, afternoon. The Countess of Dis is now married to the disinherited third sibling of the Duke of Mary, and the Duchess of Hellas. Currently, both Duke and Duchess are unwed. If either dies without heir, a title may still pass to the Countess's husband. Several generations back, the rulers of Elath and Sedna in neighboring Talasse married. The citizens of Elath objected to this foreign influence, and the resulting heir died in suspicious circumstances, after which the title was passed to a distant branch of the family rather than another child of the Elath-Sedna union. Okay, so this time our internal affairs increased by 20.5, we're at 72.68. Banian, Duke of Mari, Earl of Serenitatis. Your Highness, my sympathies for your loss. Even after all these years, I sometimes forget that my own mother will never be coming back. Elodie, Crown Princess, thank you. Banian, however, I must call for your aid. The Ixionite occupation of the county of Imbrium has gone on for too long. Now is the time to push back. My foreign affairs lame. I should have focused on foreign affairs this time instead of internal ones. Elodie, I know there's been some problems with Ixion, but I don't know the details. I guess they're occupying southern Mare. I don't know anything about the military. I don't want to fight. There must be a peaceful way to settle this. I will send for diplomats from Ixion and try to come to some arrangement. Banyan, thank you, Your Highness. Your Highness, if I may ask, that necklace you're wearing, where did that come from? Elodie, it was a gift from the Duke of Sedna. Banyan, then you have made arrangements with him? Elodie, what sort of arrangements? Banyan, Your Highness, that is a courting gift. The man wishes to gain your hand in marriage. Elodie, oh, I didn't realize. Now that you've finished studying, what will you do for the weekend? Okay, so how's my mood looking now? I've got one afraid, neutral there, one willful, and 2 lonely, so I'm more lonely than anything else. So what does lonely give me bonuses to? I can't tell at the moment. Ugh. Let's see, if I sneak out, that would put me at willful. If I play with my toys, that would keep me at lonely. Yeah, let's play with my toys and see where that... Wait, what about visit the dungeons would get me neutral there, one more willful. Oh, I'd be willful at that point. See, exploring the castle would make me lonely and afraid. Yeah, let's explore the castle. You wander through the parts of the castle where other people rarely visit, but find little except spiderwebs. Yuck. What do you mean, yuck? Then I can be all like, sorry I'm not home right now, walking into spiderwebs. Although it's in the castle, so I am home right now. Sorry, I am home right now, walking into spiderwebs. Leave a message and I'll call you back. Sorry, I'm a child of the 90s. Yeah. Alright, let's see, mood? Well, actually, I mean, technically I'm a child of the 80s, but, like, I grew up during the 90s, so there we go. So I'm lonely. What does that do as far as skills go? Bonuses to conversation and medicine. Interesting. I'm lonely, so that gives me bonuses to conversation. Which is good, because that's really stuff that I should be working on. Penalty to royal demeanor, intrigue, and faith. Well, I guess I'm not working on intrigue or faith right now, even though I would gain bonuses on both because of the skills I've got. Yeah, we'll work on conversation this week. Public speaking, court manners, or flattery. I think we'll just court manners and... Let me flip a coin for this. Heads, public speaking, tails, flattery. Heads, public speaking it is. So we'll do public speaking and court manners. Morning. You practice tongue-twisting sequences of syllables to improve your enunciation. That is increased by 15.08. You review the correct greetings for guests according to rank and when to extend your hand to another. All nobles expect their due honors. Increased by 15.08. Good. Jocelyn, King Dowager, Duke of Caloris. The representative from Ixion is here. Be careful. No one wants to give up prizes that they have won. Oops, how did I go back to that? Banyan, Duke of Mare, Earl of Serenitatis. You have the full support of my sister and myself, Your Highness. Bryn, Duchess of Hellas, Countess of Disnomni. dysnomia. Let's get this over with. Oh, I lost. Okay. Diplomat from Ixion. Your Royal Highness, I think. Thank you for granting me this audience. I am sure we can come to an amicable agreement. Let bygones be bygones, no? We will forget about your unprovoked attacks on us, and you will transfer the rights to this little province. We can be good neighbors again without any lives being lost. Let's see, I can surrender a province. I can offer him money if Ixion withdraws. I can bluff or intimidate, or I can execute him. I kind of like the idea of being a ruthless Elodie, but, no, I mean, I invited the diplomat here. It'd be ridiculous to execute him, but, no, let's offer him money if Ixion withdraws. Elodie, that is not acceptable. All the land north of the river belongs to us. We are willing to offer some payment in exchange for the inconvenience you have suffered, but nothing more. Diplomat, I believe we could settle the matter for 8,000 golden lassie. Elodie, that's an awful lot of money. Sure, we'll agree, why not? Elodie, very well. Negotiating like this is stressful, yes it is. Especially when you're not even the queen yet, and you shouldn't be doing this negotiation. Your regent, the person who can still keep things from you because you're a child, should be taking care of this. If you're not old enough to rule outright, you shouldn't be doing this. You should be present during the negotiations so you can learn. But, Jocelyn, not just King Dowager, King Regent, should be the regent and taking care of this sort of thing. Now that you've finished studying, what will you do for the weekend? Well, how's my mood now? I am too angry. Neutral there, one willful, and 2 pressured. I mean, not too angry, 2 afraid, so I'm afraid more than anything else. Let's try visiting the treasury again. Accounting failed, presents failed. Okay, so I got more angry and willful. Lame! That means I'm not as afraid anymore. You try to talk your way past the treasury guards, but despite eyelash fluttering, foot stomping, and outright threats, they won't budge. So I can treat with foreign diplomats, but I cannot command the guards of my treasury. Yeah, that's ridiculous. So now my mood is at willful. Because I lost one of my afraids. Okay. So I have that bonus to intrigue, military, and lumen. But to get into the treasury, I need presence, or what was the other one? I think it was like finance or something? Accounting, maybe? And I have -2 to both of those. Well, I guess I'm just not going to be a magical girl this time. Yeah, let's go more heavily into our intrigue. Or maybe into, military. Let's go internal affairs and foreign affairs. No, let's go foreign intelligence and foreign intelligence, and we'll work on, strategy. There's military and strategy. Done. Week 11, morning. Since the recent revolution, the Tombulans have twice begun gathering troops on the Novan border. Both times their camps were struck by fierce storms and earthquakes, and they decided to give up on the idea. Pirates are once again operating out of Orcus, although they are currently sticking to the northern seas and no threat to Nova. However, if they turn to slave raids, the Borealans may be quite vulnerable. We gained 22.7 in foreign intelligence. It's up to 54.42 now. Week 11 afternoon. You study the strengths and weaknesses of different weapons in battle formations. Strategy has increased by 15.71. Cool beans. Jocelyn, King Dowager, Duke of Caloris, the man who should be acting as regent and doing the actual ruling right now. There are reports that a Keithong has been sighted leaving the Old Forest. Elodie, Crown Princess, what's a Keithong? Jocelyn, a beast with the body of an enormous golden cat, a sharp beak, and spikes on its back. Elodie, eek. Jocelyn, several disappearances in South Caloris have already thought to be the work of this creature. Elodie, what do we do? Should we send hunters? Jocelyn, the traditional policy on stray beasts is to hope that they return to the forest and stay there. Hunters are no match for such creatures. You would only make it angry and waste more lives. Elodie, so we just let it eat people? Jocelyn, everyone dies in the end. Elodie, ... Oh, I gained depressed. Okay. Jocelyn, also there is a letter for you. Elodie, Talarist, the Duke of Sedna, will be arriving next week for an official visit. Yeah, dude, you've really dropped the ball on taking care of your daughter and helping her. Like, so much so. Like, I can't even imagine being that much of an absentee father. Like, my daughter means the world to me. And yeah, she's an adult now. But, I mean, I still want to, like, help her with things. I mean, I'm never gonna stop wanting to be there for her. I mean, even when we lost her mom, I mean, it's like, I was focused on being there for her. I mean, albeit my situation was slightly different, because I was no longer, like, involved with her mom, like I'm assuming Jocelyn was with Elodie's mom. But still, Jocelyn, you have a daughter who's 14 and under an immense amount of pressure right now. You need to be doing more to support her. What the actual word that I'm not going to say right now is wrong with you? Like, seriously, my dude. Alright, so how's our mood looking? We are willful at 2 and lonely at 2. Let's see, I could walk the gardens and then I'd become lonely. I could sneak out and I'd be even more willful and more lonely. I could play with my toys, let's see, attend a service, visit the tomb, become more depressed and afraid, and then afraid would be my dominant one. Yeah, let's visit the tomb. You pay your respects to your mother's tomb and wonder if the same fate is waiting for you. Yes, everyone dies eventually. I mean, unless you get powerful enough with magic that you become immortal. Or, I don't know, maybe meet a vampire who will turn you, and that are actually careful, instead of reckless, like so many vampires tend to get. It's like, dude, you're immortal so long as nothing kills you. That's not the same as being outright immortal. So, be careful. I don't understand why so many vampires become reckless. It's like, yeah, you will live forever so long as you take care of yourself and are careful. But you actually have to take care of yourself and be careful. Like, if you walk out into the sun, you're gonna die. If you piss off all of the humans, they're gonna gang up and kill you. So just be careful. Alright, sorry. I'm not sure why I went off on that rant, but whatever. Oh my god, she looks so worried. She's so cute. I just want to protect her and take care of her. There go my paternal instincts right there. So she is now afraid, which would give a bonus to agility and faith. Oh, that's right, faith. Her faith skills are meditation at 37.5, divination at 37.5, lore at 50, and agility she hasn't worked on at all. But she's kind of been neglecting her physical skills, like, in general. Yeah, let's put her in her priestess robes and work on her faith skills. Actually, let's just double down on lore again. Week 12, morning. At the height of the Novan Empire, all the major dukes and duchesses were lumens, and they conquered their enemies with beams of light and terrible summoned monsters. Those monsters eventually broke loose, killing their captors and destroying the old capital on Cathray Lake. The resulting chaos shook the empire. 200 years ago, a great force of darkness covered Nova, threatening to wipe out all life in the domain. It took the self-sacrifice of the Queen and her complement of lumens to defeat that doom. Only the Duke of Ursul refused to join in the defense and therefore survived. So we've increased our lore by 21.87 to 71.87. And then week 12, afternoon. A lumen once tried to lift the curse from an enchanted spring whose water was poisonous and glowed green. After dispelling the magic, she tasted the water and fell dead. The green glow was not a curse, but a spell placed by a lumen long before to warn everyone away from the spring's natural poison. A lumen may willingly surrender control of his or her magic to another. This was how the Novan Empire came to dominate the world. A growing force of lumens focused on a single ruler, granting that king or queen immense power. We've increased our lore by 21.87 again, so it is now 93.74. Colorist, Duke of Sedna. Oh, your highness, what a pleasure it is to meet you in person at last. Your description did not do you justice. Dude, she's 14. Elodie, Crown Princess. Giggle. I don't know how to deal with handsome older men paying me compliments. I don't know, man. It's creepy. Maybe slap him. Well, I mean, he's a foreign dignitary, so slapping him could be an issue, but, I don't know. Still creepy. Tallarist, Duke of Sedna. I was so pleased to hear that you accepted my humble offering. A jewel for a jewel, but you are the more precious. I hope that this is only the beginning of a mutually beneficial relationship. A union between us would bring stability to both our peoples. Elodie, he really does want to marry me. Well, yeah, you're a cute 14-year-old girl. What geeky-looking 26-year-old wouldn't want to marry you? But they should know better. No, it'd be too much of a possible international incident at this point, so you've been wearing the necklace already and everything because you were too ignorant and didn't have your father, who should have known better and been advising you on this stuff, to advise you on this stuff. So yeah, just go ahead and accept his offer. You can always have him killed and marry someone else if needs be. Elodie, I would be honored. Jocelyn, Elodie! Your Grace, are you not aware that my daughter has only 14 summers? Elodie, it's my decision. Tallarist, a betrothal only, of course. There is no need for hurry. You have your coronation to plan for, after all. If I might be of service in any way, please send for me. I will be happy to offer my protection or advice. Jocelyn, King Dowager, Duke of Caloris, ... Yeah, dude, you can't be upset when you didn't advise her about any of this crap. Seriously, Jocelyn, you are the worst. And who's named Jocelyn when you're a dude? Now that you've finished studying, what will you do for the weekend? How's my mood again? I am more afraid than anything. Oh, actually, I'm willful now. Sure, I'm kind of pissed at my dad. I'm gonna go look at the dungeon, become more willful and angry. You sneak a peek at some of the luckless peasants held in the dungeons. Petty thieves and troublemakers, now suffering in the dark. They're obviously bad people, but seeing them so miserable still feels unfair. There must be a better way. Well, I mean, if they're petty thieves, then yeah, you release them after a little while. And if they're troublemakers, it depends on the type of trouble. But if they've done anything like, say, murder, sexual assault, anything like that, just destroy them. I mean, they're not people anymore at that point. I mean, once you break the social contract that bad, you're not really a person, so yeah. I mean, depending on what they've done, just execute them. But then again, give everyone a fair trial. And if they've been found to do something really horrible, like touching children or other types of sexual impropriety, or murder, or regicide, or whatnot, anything like that, just kill them. Alright, we've got a willful Elodie in her cute priestess robe. Actually, I think it calls it cultists? No, priestess robe. Sorry, I was switching cat suit there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, keep your priestess robe on. So you get a bonus to intrigue, military, and lumen. I worked on military a little bit last time, right? I bet if I doubled down on internal affairs, we would just max it. I should probably do that. Actually, yeah, let's just do that. Let's just double down on intrigue, internal affairs. Week 13, morning. There were many dark rumors about the second husband of the Duchess of Leah. Wait, is that double L pronounced like two L's or like a Y or whatnot in like Spanish? Is it the Duchess of Lilla or is it the Duchess of Leah? Possibly because he was a commoner. It was whispered that he once assaulted the young Duchess of Elath before her untimely marriage and demise. After years of marriage and 3 children, the Duchess of Leah divorced her second husband and refused to say why. Shortly afterwards, he was found dead in a nearby forest. The Duchess of Leah and her son, the Earl of Io, have been estranged ever since. The Earl of Io now lives with his sister, the Duchess of Mead. Oh, that didn't quite max it. We're only at 96.78. Oh wait, but I've got the afternoon one too. Wow, I didn't realize it was going to give me 24.1. I wouldn't have doubled down on it if I knew it was going to be that much from 1. But oh well. Afternoon. After the last Duke of Mead went into seclusion, he hired a stream of attractive young servants who had to be frequently replaced after injuries and accidents. He eventually died by falling from a high tower window, which his family covered up. But was it suicide they were hiding or murder? I'm sorry, if he had servants that had to be frequently replaced after injuries and accidents, I'm pretty sure it was murder. But regardless, internal affairs is now at 100. You have nothing more to learn about internal affairs. Jocelyn, King Dowager, Duke of Caloris. You are requested to stand judgment. A woman has been convicted of attempted murder and requests the mercy of the crown. Kevan, Earl of Io. Your Highness, this lantern dares to beg pardon when she admits that she tried to poison my sister under her own roof. Elodie, which sister? Kevan, Earl of Io. Corisande, the Duchess of Mead. Elodie, Crown Princess, is she alright? Kievan, she is unharmed. We caught the culprit in the kitchens before anyone could eat her foul spew. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? Condemned woman, it's justice it is. Them devils killed me brother and broke me mam's heart. Lied to her they did, when she went to see why he'd not come back. Said he'd gone for a soldier, when he never would. He weren't the only one neither. I waited 10 years for my chance to get my own back. That's justice. Kievan, Earl of Io, you see, she's completely unrepentant. Hang her and be done with it. Test internal affairs success, yay. Elodie, the crown princess. This must be about the last Duke of Mead. He had a lot of servants who were mysteriously injured or killed. But he's dead, and he either killed himself or his family helped him along. Let's see. I can put her to work, I can imprison her, I can execute her, or I can tell her that justice was already done. Now let's put her to work. We won't execute her. But I can't just let her go. Put her to work. This woman failed in her goals. She harmed no one. I do not require her life. If she is kept far away from your sister's court, she will no longer be a threat. Kievan, Earl of Io. You're going to forgive her? No, I'm putting her to work, dude. I'm enslaving her. I'm not murdering her, but I'm enslaving her. Elodie, Crown Princess. I'm indenturing her, not pardoning her. She will serve as a heavy laborer in northern Ursal. Kievan, Earl of Io. She should be made an example of. She should be drawn and quartered in a public square. If she has succeeded, sure. But it's only attempted murder, not murder. There's a difference. So she won't be put to death, only attempted death. Elodie, Crown Princess, I have spoken. Because I'm an Ugnaught now. Condemned woman. God bless you, miss. Oh, you haven't seen the work that I have lined up for you. You're gonna wish you were dead. Now that you've finished studying, what will you do for the weekend? I will not do anything for the weekend because I don't listen to their music. Alright, let's see. Angry, no, I'm afraid 1, depressed 2. Willful 4, and lonely 2, so I'm still willful more than anything else. Let's walk the gardens. A walk in the fresh air helps you forget the burdens of your shoulders. I'm still willful, but I'm also, let's see, 1 afraid, 1 depressed, and 3 lonely. Alright then. Let's see, my internal affairs is maxed. My foreign intelligence is 54.4. My ciphering is 37.0. Yeah, I have a feeling if I just double down on foreign intelligence, I'll max it. So yeah, let's do that. No, actually, let's do, because my ciphering is lower. Let's do ciphering and something military. Let's do logistics. Ciphering and logistics, those will be our classes. Ciphering and logistics. And done. Week 14, morning. You practice complex composition ciphers where messages are written down in columns or lines and then reorganized into scrambled words. This means that both an encoded and a plain text written copy exist, which can be insecure. You practice adding code to your ciphers. That is, replacing words with other words, such as handle for Duke, before changing the letters in the message. You memorize special cipher alphabets where each letter is replaced by a symbol. Once these are memorized, you will not need to write down cipher sheets, and if the symbols do not look like letters, they can be hidden in decorations. So we've increased our ciphering by 25.6 up to 62.57. Nice. Then afternoon, you learn about the types of and amounts of food required for an army on the march, and how long they will remain edible. So we've increased our logistics up to 16.82. Nice. As you are walking one day in the gardens, you hear a strange sound and look up to see an owl flying overhead. A single dry leaf flutters in its talons. Elodie, that's funny. I thought owls were nocturnal. I guess I was wrong. When you return to the castle, your father is waiting for you. Jocelyn, King Dowager, Duke of Calaris. There is a woman here to see you. She wishes crown funding for a project. Woman, thank you for seeing me, Your Royal Highness. I come to you on behalf of the people. I wish to build a hospital where any citizen afflicted with disease can be brought for treatment. Elodie, Crown Princess, putting all the sick people together, wouldn't that make them die even faster? Yes. Yes, it would. Elodie, we are not interested. Now that you've finished studying that, what will you do for the weekend? Let's see, I'm still more willful than anything else. Wait, what if I attend court? That'll put me down to 2 willful. And then I'll be at, 3 lonely? What else does it increase? Depressed and pressure. Oh, that'll put me at 2 lonely. And 2 depressed. So I'll be more depressed than anything else at that point. Sure, why not? Let's attend court. Sitting in on court sessions is not fun at all, but it pleases your father, and it may be important for your future. It should actually be incredibly important. Especially since your father isn't actually giving you any help whatsoever. And now you're depressed. Yep, depressed. So that is a bonus to... Oh, that's right, expression and animal handling. Oh, it's been so long since you've worked on those. Not since, the first week. I think you're gonna focus on decoration and horses again. Or no, let's go with dogs and falcons. Or instrument and voice. No. Yeah, let's focus on our animal handling. Or what is the bonus I get for faith? Would be 1.69. Intrigue, I get plus 2.17. Oh, nice. Even though I'm not focusing on that at all. So if I went all in on ciphering, I could max it. If I went all in on foreign intelligence, I think I'd be a little bit away from max. Sure, yeah, let's just keep working on our intrigue. We'll work on our ciphering, and then when we have a better bonus, we'll work on foreign intelligence. Because why not? We will be the Spy Master Queen. Week 15, morning. You study an ancient book that has a list of thousands of words and pictograms for each of them. In the past, these were used for important messages, but only trained bards could efficiently memorize enough symbols to handle the codes efficiently. You learn to manipulate special boxes and jewelry with secret compartments to hide messages. A rare few have locks almost as complicated as the ciphers themselves. Alright, and then afternoon. You learn that the more you use a code, the easier it is for enemies to break it. The most secure cipher is one that is only used for a single message. You learn to use special code wheels to create rotating ciphers which can only be decoded with another matching set of code wheels. And now, that is our maxed ciphering. You have nothing more to learn about ciphering. Excellent. Jocelyn, King Dowager, Duke of Calaris. Remember that the Festival of the Good Lady is approaching. There will be public celebrations for the commoners, followed by a grand gala for the nobility. Elodie, a grand ball? There will be dancing. Jocelyn, as queen, you would be expected to lead the procession and take part in the ceremonial planting, possibly give a speech. However, since you are not yet crowned, it is not required. and it may not be safe to expose you to the public. I'm 14, you definitely shouldn't expose me to the public. Elodie, what do you mean, not safe? Dude, someone put a snake to kill you earlier. Yeah, of course not safe. Jocelyn, outside of the castle, you are less well protected. If anyone means you harm, think on it now, decide later. Elodie, will the Duke of Sedna attend the gala? Jocelyn, it is a traditional Novan event. Inviting your fiance might be seen as a statement. Well, he's my fiance, so I should invite him. So there we go. If I'm going to marry him, it's a statement I ought to send. Jocelyn, as you wish. There's a letter for you as well. Elodie, it's from Brioni. I went to school with her, but she's a couple years older than me. Her mother is the Duchess of Mead. She's complaining that her mother still won't let her come home for the holidays. Apparently, her uncle Kevin is absolutely furious about that woman's trial. She's bored and looking for an adventure. Well, I don't have any to suggest to her. Now that you've finished studying, what will you do for the weekend? Well, my mood is still depressed. And I have 2 willful, 2 lonely, 2 depressed, and 1 afraid. What I will do for the weekend is something that we'll be seeing next time. That will be all for today. This has been Long Live the Queen, and I am some guy you've never heard of. Unless, of course, you have.